Adoatv, bringing good things to Adoatv, bringing good things to life. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Days in the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Hello there, good morning and welcome. This is AM News on Adoatv Television. We're live all across the world on TV and online from digital address GA226-0733. We're also live on digital channel 37 and 38. Good to come to your homes with another edition of AM News on Adoatv Television. Now, top stories this morning. We'll have a is saying that fuel prices may go up again before the end of October. In sports this morning, Ghana has equalized 3-1 against Zimbabwe in the World Cup qualifiers on Saturday. You might want to stay with us because details of this and many others comes up shortly. Please be my guest. Again, let's settle for the details now. The head of corporate communications at the Ghana National Gas Company Limited, Ernest Owusu Benpa, says that the 14 days planned maintenance work, which would result in the shutting down of Akotobo gas processing plant, will not result or prolong power outages. According to him, a technical audit of the maintenance work created a necessary mechanism to compensate the flow of gas power to generate facilities during the period.
The head of corporate communications at the Ghana National Gas Company Limited, Ernest Owusu Bempa, says the 14-day planned maintenance work, which will result in the shutting of the Adoatv gas processing plant, will not result in prolonged power outages. According to him, a technical audit of the maintenance work created the necessary mechanism to compensate for the flow of gas to power generation facilities during the period. He emphasized that the company has had to level its resources to cut down on the 48-day schedule that was initially designed to a 14-day work plan. Mr. Owusu Bempa stated that the company anticipates executing this maintenance work with precision and success given the expertise the Ghanaian engineers have accumulated. Addressing selected journalists drawn from Accra and Takoradi on the various mechanisms the company had deployed for the maintenance work, Ernest Owusu Bempa said premium had been placed on the safety of personnel and quality of engineering and technical works that would be carried out over the projects. Clarifying the scope of works to be undertaken by the company for this project, Mr. Robert Latte, General Manager Operations, indicated that Ghana Gas Offshore Infrastructure and the tier-in facility at Sanzule would not be affected by the maintenance work. He indicated that the entire works are centered on processing plant at Adoatv. Mr. Latte emphasized that the company has a strict maintenance policy that had been implemented religiously to ensure the longevity and usage of the gas processing plant. He indicated that other facilities within their operations remain functional, adding that there would not be any gas shortage resulting from the maintenance work. Mr. Latte clarified that the planned maintenance work would not disrupt the demands of their suppliers nor cause any disruption in power generation. So it doesn't mean that Ghana Gas is not delivering gas to other customers. From Sanzule through Isiama, Takoradi to Car Powership to VRA to reverse flow to Tema and also to Prestia, they are all receiving gas from Sankofa fields and they are now delivering 210 million standard cubic feet of gas.
To some other stories now. It's the pick out in the month of October with raising awareness about on breast cancer, on the mobilization of support for people living with breast cancer. According to research, the Global Cancer Report 2020 puts breast cancer ahead of all types of cancer in both sex, with an incidence rate of 18.1%. The following report, put together by reporter Mary Quarty, seeks to urge the masses through a cancer survivor, Mrs. Gina Kuma.
Breast cancer is said to be the most prevalent cancer in women and generally the second most common cancer globally, with approximately 1.4 million cases diagnosed annually. In 2018, 2.1 million incidence cases of breast cancer were diagnosed worldwide, being the second most common cancer overall after lung cancer, representing nearly 12% of all incident cancer cases, and an estimated 627,000 deaths were expected to occur globally. Ghana, breast cancer is becoming a great public health challenge among women, with about 2,900 incident cases occurring annually and 1/8 of them dying from it. The disease has become the most common cancer-related death among Ghanaian women. It is anticipated that the incidence of breast cancer will increase as Ghana's population ages and women adopt Western lifestyles. At the launch of this year's breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Give Hope, Save Lives, Mrs. Gina Kuma Jaga shared her painful ordeal.
Life came to a standstill in June 2018 when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And that was after a series of misdiagnoses. I was 30 years old then. My symptom was a painful lump in the breast, and that was discovered somewhere in November 2017. Before the discovery, I knew about breast cancer, but unfortunately, I was not so much abreast with the topic, so I wasn't so much aware of the symptoms and then what to do if something like that is discovered.
She explained that just like her fellow Ghanaian women, she did not regard the early detect policy.
Almost 3 months between November 2017 and January 2018, I was only praying and applying different kind of ointments and oil on the lumpy breast. I only resorted to consulting a physician when I realized the lump was getting bigger and the pain was becoming very, very unbearable. I did that in June 2018. But I think the first physician I saw, he did his best. He did some series of ultrasound scans, but could not detect anything alarming. So he asked that I go home, take some antibiotics, and keep observing the breast. And then he further asked that I come back immediately should I see any further changes in the breast.
However, she knew her choice between death and losing one of her breasts.
I went for the second biopsy and it came out breast cancer. You want to know how I felt that day. It was very devastating for me. But I needed to brace myself up and face the reality. I wanted to know the options that were available for me in terms of treatment. I actually mentioned that I wanted to go herbal because I had heard of a man who was using food to cure the disease. My options were to have a lumpectomy. My treatment plan was to have a lumpectomy and then possibly a hormonal therapy because the biopsy indicated DCIS, which I was told was a very, very early stage breast cancer. So, but after the lumpectomy sample was sent to the pathologist, the result that came became necessary that he referred me to Kolebu for further management. So when I go there, I had to do chemotherapy. And after the chemotherapy, unfortunately, it became necessary for me to have the whole breast removed because there was still signs of cancer in the conserved breast. I must say that I didn't have a very nice experience with chemotherapy. It was tough. Chemo was tough for my body, but I knew I needed to persevere because I had a very young child and he was barely 2 years. I was 30 years, I knew I had to fight for my life because I was just about starting my life basically.
Mrs. Kumazaga hence urged all and sundry to join the campaign as well as eschew stigmatization.
And I'm grateful that I'm alive, and for me, never again will I take the gift of being alive and waking up healthy for granted because I know what it is like to wake up and you think it is going to be your last day because you see others dying, people you started a journey with, you see them dying, you hear of them dying, and it gets frightening at times. And I am here now. I think that the whole experience have made me a stronger person. I see life very, very differently. I try to live a more purposeful life. I don't stress myself again. I live each day at a time. And I'm devoted to helping others. I volunteer at the surgical unit to be that face of survivorship to all the other women that will come and be diagnosed or having hard time going through treatment. It has not been easy, but it has been worth it. And my message out there is that we should support our sisters and mothers going through breast cancer. We shouldn't stigmatize. I heard someone once asked me if I had breast cancer because I wasn't paying my tithe. You know, it's that bad. And this is some of the reasons why people refuse to talk about it or even inform their family.
Dr. Kezia Saki at the Department of Surgery at the Ghana Police Hospital also urged women to get checked as well as desist from any acts of stigma.
Women do not need to go through this alone. It's not an easy thing, and the least you and I can do is be there. All right, that's the least you can do. Now, she spoke about her age. She was 30, and a misconception is that breast cancer presents later in life. But actually, in Ghana, many of the women that are seen are in their 30s. So you're 25, 26, 27, an aunt or a cousin or even your mom had breast cancer or another lump removed, and you have a lump. Please, please, go to the doctor, seek help. Because once it's detected early, something can be done.
Breast cancer is real. It is not just real, it is deadly too as well. Yet it is curable. Early detection is key. Endeavor to get screened, give hope, and save life. I pledge to get screened. For Adoatv News, my name is Mary.
Story over there sharing with us is a survival of a breast cancer disease. Let's do well to join the campaign train as we embark on this journey. Let's focus our attention to some other stories. The market price for Ghana maize has varied over the years. In recent times, the increase in the prices of maize has caused a sudden increase in the prices of kinky and some other decrease in size of kinky. Other news, speaking to some kinky sellers and consumers in Jamestown, shed more light on the prices of kinky and how it has affected them.
The market prices for Ghana maize have varied across the years. Before 2019, 1 kilo of maize was going for $0.10 in 2017 and $1.00 in 2018. In 2019, the export price changed to $0.16 per kilo. The producer prices of maize have changed across major maize production regions in Ghana. 1 kilo of Ghana maize is around $0.61 in Accra and Kumasi, packed and ready for export. The price in Ghana cedis currency is 0.105218. However, most people, including kinky sellers and consumers, have lamented over the prices of maize, which has eventually affected the prices of kinky. This is Madam Giftilari, a kinky seller here in Jamestown, and she gives me a breakdown of the kinky business and why the increment in the prices of maize has affected them.
Yeah, it affects because that was last year 250 per bag. She be Antone if 500. Me come on 550. Me come on 600. I come any sizes. I could have eco. She be affect one last year 250. Me 500. Then I believe me zepe. She was charcoal no come in use of gas. Use of charcoal. It affect no be fair. But no use it affect bar. It affect one of piano. Obi Antone. But no ball last year. When you were ball na kind. When I come mommy fair about 2 cities. Me no can make me about 3 cities. She me no quality. Bobby and what fail more bit one more film anya afford at least schedule here 5 cities allow 3 cities allow 4 cities. When you come make a kenan ye be ni oba ya ka je mo film yen shika boni sane ko leta frache e ko leke ha enili wo mo bona mo ko ye wo mi ye be ni she boni ni bi ye yo he wo nke 50 pesos issue no one feel 1 city 50 pesos the same size is na kanu awon imam 2 city affect wo wa yake bonisa ni one na drageshi wo se na mo wona ni wo ba na wonye wona le kan affect wo wa le nche ni wonye wo fe no shake ne luji wo no twumu wo kola ke shike fi wo na won sumo akela inu twumu wa na ke shike government work ne ke wo twuno ba hia na retire bo e shika ni akeham she ne bodi ncho ba fo no fia no kejo na ni le be oba gbo alo oba gbe na ni obenoko o fe konoko no investment ko no noko on mishi ona she first ele abele hejo abele bashi onyo ka fia no ma bi ekoko me ona mepi ba yoni she bi ante ne boni ni yo obele na kan measurement no the same 250 no the same 500 there the 550 on mishi e wa affect wo se na mo e affect and we affect workers bi ane no market ja keshi boko nya fe no ko yehi because abeli adu andu ni ngwaji money he ba shi kwen keji government e ba anye in the land ne ba anye employment na ba anya du baba wa wo to ba agriculture ni ne ba anya du baba wa wo kwen ne sie ni bi ba cha keshi no ni pe yo mi keke ja ke ni ngwaji money ha anu shuwa shi oni mi shabanya amedu. Still on
the prices of maize, which has also affected the prices of kenke. There's an increment in the prices of kenke. So I'll be speaking to some consumers to elicit their views on the prices of kenke.
Well, the issue has to do with many who come here. Over here, on other side, say reduce. Besides that, there used to be 1 cedi kenke. But this time, 1 cedi 50 pesos, get 2 cedis, right? Go complain about abele jalawa. Go definitely na kanji boni issue eba. Abele ni jalawa no one come here who say reduce the price from 1 cedi to 1 cedi 50 to 2 cedis. Other place cry on other home 3 cedis. But in that cry here anywhere here or here 1 cedi 50 pesos get 2 cedis. Amega abele jalawa. That is what they are saying. Yeah.
Abele ne jalawa. You come about 50 pesos po. She be an abeli ete. Manuwa 500 be an 1.5. You are coming be an about 2 cedi. She still let me complain edra. Nika waka oba we. Wonye wo benuele oba pa eja ka abeli ejala wachon. No be an 1 pin. Ka waka wo pin wo mali 1 pin eja ka ejala wachon. No akwa na fe kun on pa fai.
Okay, Sam Okui. If you want to get
from Jamestown, and the Student Representative Council of the Ghana School of Law in a presser which was held on 7th October 2021 has pleaded with the authorities of the school to reconsider their decision with regards to students who failed the school's entrance exams requirement. It was at the presser where the president of the Representative Council, Mr. Wonder Victor Kuto, explained the role of the council in the issue at hand.
Executives from various campuses of the Ghana School of Law, a representative of the judiciary, was present for the briefing. Mr. Kuto explained with respect to Article 296, which states that administrative bodies and administrative officials shall act fairly and comply with requirements imposed on them by the law, and persons aggrieved by the exercise of such acts shall have the right to seek redress before a court or a tribunal. And Act 2, which states that a person shall not be discriminated against on grounds of gender, race, color, ethnic origin, religion, creed, or socio-economic status. This, according to him, is what gives the SRC the capacity to speak on the matter.
A preliminary issue, which is also very important. So some have asked that in what capacity is the SRC speaking on entrance examination results? Because those who start for the entrance exam are not yet students of the Ghana School of Law. So in what capacity is the SRC speaking on the matter? I think that it's important that we address this issue before we move to the main issue. In respect to the issue of capacity, this matter is of public interest. 2, Yesterday, the SRC received a petition, a copy of a petition from the aggrieved law students. This matter affects legal education. And under Article 2 of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, any person can push for the enforcement of any provision of the Constitution. And we have the view that this matter border on Article 296 and Article 23. So it is in this spirit that the SRC thinks that it has capacity to speak on the matter. It has capacity to speak on the matter. And I must say that the issue of capacity and local standard, as far as we are concerned, is hereby dealt with.
The president noted that the law entrance exam, which was released by the Ghana Legal Council, were results for 790 candidates, but not for all the 2,824 candidates. However, he established that there was a notice published with the result on the same date. The said date notice was dated 4th October 2021. Addressing the press, the SRC president elucidated that the notice sought to bring a threshold that a student ought to score 50% in Section A and 50% in Section B, collating of both marks deemed a student to have passed the exams.
The Independent Examination Committee, the Board of Legal Education, and the General Legal Council, they are all administrative bodies.
In the press, there is the Student Representative Council of the Ghana School of Law, Mr. Wanda Victor Kuto. Let's do some other stories in the world of business. The projection from the National Petroleum Authority suggests that fuel prices in the country may surge closer to 6 Ghana cedis 86 pesos per litre at the pumps if all other factors affecting prices do not change, according to Abbas Ibrahim Tasunti, head of pricing at the National Petroleum Authority, said the second pricing window of October, which puts the price of petrol at 6 Ghana cedis 84 pesos per litre, while diesel is likely to sell at 6 Ghana cedis 86 pesos per litre, starting in the second pricing window of October, which is 16 October 2021, bearing any changes on the world oil market. From the beginning of the year, that is January 2021, fuel prices has not been stable on the market. It started from 5 Ghana cedis, or somewhere below 4 Ghana cedis, 55 pesos, down to 5 Ghana cedis, and then it's selling a little above 6 Ghana cedis, 56 pesos. I am with the head of pricing at National Petroleum Authority to help us understand what goes into the pricing system before it comes to the local market, the impact of the local or global market prices, and the effect it has on us as Ghana. And now we have seen it for ourselves like 3 or 4 times. Last quarter, first window of October. What are your projections towards the year?
What prices that were used to compute the price for this current window, 1st, 15th October, are lower than what we expect to be used for the 16th, 31st of October. Okay. So looking at that next window, prices are likely to go up. We would want you to follow the daily price indicators we publish on our social media platforms on our website so that you have an idea of what these numbers are. You cannot predict what the price is for next month, for example, because we all don't know what it will be. But the most closest numbers we can see is what we will use for the next window, which starts from 16th of October. So looking at that and all things being equal once again, we expect the prices to go up as long as the world market price is going up. If they come down, the price will come down. You know the price doesn't always go up. It comes down as well. I give an example of last year, for example. When the price dropped on the world market, the price here also dropped. So prices may drop in November, you never know.
In that report is the head of pricing at the National Petroleum Authority, Abbas Ibrahim Tasunti, speaking to Adwa Business Desk in that report. This will be our package for the Monday edition of AM News on Adwa Television. We'll bring you an update of these stories in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, you can visit our website www.adwanewsonline.com for more news. From me and the rest of the team, we'll see us again tomorrow. Please do stay with us on AM Ghana Show as we deliberate on real issues bothering Ghana. My name is Nanyama Collison. Thank you for watching. Please, as always, stay safe. Good morning.
Suzy Eba for ye CB men, CB women, CB malakio, and a yedi CB soap on swaba. Nemumen neno ye bepese, ye be kasafa CB soap no, kwa ye faso, edi yusu CB soap no. Eni hiya hiya se onipe bia wo Ghana ha, ana asase so utumi yusu CB soap no be. CB soap, ye de pedicure, eni manicure. Pedicure ye brea, wa apply CB soap ewo unase eni unentin. Na watnasi for some minutes na wahoro ne nyina awo rere no eye wo nase de no na pedicure no na afen so se ode ye onsem na no so hohoro na rere no na manicure kwa ye faso ede yusu CB soap na nkasangasa na me ba be kire no ye we binum ho a wonsem no ayedin ama sabio ne nsa no kura ya akoakoa ebinum nsam tumi ye dendenden ma ne nsanum ni nyina paapai enu nti na Suzy Eba for yakofa CB Eba soap edi abase wo sa haw ni nyina bia ka wakoma to yam ukoto CB soap no bia oba udi nsuo di kan fa onsem na fede weti soap no bi obema na dos wonsem nsati nkan odi be fa onsa yam ni nyina ne onsantam ni nyina uye ne sa wi obetena se fiti 10 to 15 minutes no wa hohoro ni nyina the moment adi soap no be fa onsem a obehohoro no na soap na hoɔden ekita no na ne onsem eye dead cells ni nyina nti me say men ko use blade because blade ha wan hwe na akwakotwa nti use small knife and say scissors so buy scissors no mumienu se ya na odi awrawra onsem fini nyina so ye ba ko wie na se na onsem no mu aye no no wagyae enye ma wo betumi asan apply second soap no so bi na no so watena se for sa bre no ohohoro ana wasan awrawra bonso onsem be ye moton kama na ono yire ana o partner bi hia watumi de onsafa ne honam no so ana ye kɔ biai bi na se ye chia o so watumi atie bi se bia onentin ana se opese odi CB soap no eye pedicure ewo onase a ebia o 19 enye din onentin empaipa ya obedi kan de nsu afa onentin no onase no na wetin CB soap no bi na odi asra onentin no onase ni nyina se odi sra onentin no onase ni nyina wie na opese odi si nsu mu a kwan wo ho nemu obetwen be 55 to 10 minutes time ansana odi esinsumu ni enti sa ne se odi sra onentin no sisi ya na odi sunsumu eba horo no nyina edubre na orewura obon se enye adwuma bi amfa ma wo enti se opese odi sinsumu after 10 minutes no na wasan de esinsumu no ti odi sinsumu no so for 10 minutes na afide ohoro a na wa rewure ebeyi dead cells ni nyina ebeyi fine wo onentin ni nyina na bibia aye fine
CB Eba soap uni say hwura now hwe bemampo hwe say you use CB Eba soap the tree now the nase menti hwe say now wa tron afa CB Eba soap it works like magic we ya wo now we correct ma ho fele wo be me wo ko tiatia ni mem slippers mo ni perfect nase CB Eba soap perfect and nothing I recommend myself. So person now we come up with 19 papa there. Always need use CB soap. Eba, and you put her. Wash. Abba.
Nia to subium ebia o 19 no aye dedendenti na oye bra o de asra wie na wa twen ahohoro a rere ni nyina awie no na fe de wet soap no kakra e de ato traba no so na o de atwi o 19 no ebia o ni scrubber bia wo ho o ni abo bia wo ho no mo a wo betimi ati soap no kakra de ato rough cement ana abo bia so ye rough so na o do 19 na twitwi so o ye ne sa every week bia ye no mpamio na o 19 ni nyina be fefefe na ye mre ya nsam ne 19 ne nase no eye cells a etumi nyin ndi se o 19 na anase o nase na eye cells na etumi nyin no se enyiya na cells no wu na o hyempaboa na heat ne kana eno do ye hwan ebe yi sent so your ban na okru wo sa problem no bi wo your bema na wo sa problem no bi abomodin asa obenya CB soap no bi okoto bi ba fa nsuo di kan fa o 19 no nase na fa soap no bi srasra o nanti no na se ne nyina na twɛn bɛ 10 to 15 minutes hohoro ne nyina na fa di pe small knife na scissors fa rere sa dead cells na wo nanti no na se ne nyina utumi yɛ sa wi a odo pampaboa no hyɛ no 1 month na yi o lenti cent bia wom Suzy Herbal for your drink and for whom pa ye 19 year bia ye nin sedan ko ho nemum sika wo tumi de titompa sika wo betumi atiska kese de akoto wo dem nkonwa no utie konwa no ma empampi no tumi sisa onan edi sisi nkonwa no ebinum 19 tumi ye rough ama papa ya ma omutumi de tete bedsheet timi serew bo modia na abreni abrebia be use sibi soap no bi edi aye pedicure ni manicure anase odi be yi 19 ni unase fin eni unsemu fin na aboa na bibie tumi aye kama sibi soap no onipa dase ni bia wa asase so bia no betumi use ena afen so se oyo bia wa propro ye foot rot na obedi kan pe cotton o te cotton na kakra o de cotton no be bonsuo na we bie soap no so o de fafa ni boko ehuro bi beba cotton num fafa unan ni ntem no o de femu a 10 minutes per hohoro anase kona kodware nti me advice is abre ni abre bia no so foot rot na be use sibi soap na use no bra wa ready anopa e bia opese wo kwakodware uye no anopa ne anwumre a wo foot rot ni nyina ebeko eye mmoa na ewom e no mu didi unan ni ntem no apropro no enye ye nantem kwa na yewu apropro tumi ye nsa ntem nyina ye won krofu bi wo Ghana ha adwuma omo ye enu nti abre bia na ne nsa da nsuo mu nti no omutumi nya insantem apropro ne bi sa wo so wo sa ha wo ne bia mesrew unya cotton eni sibi soap no bia ti cotton ne kakra fa bo nsuo sa wo de bo nsuo no wi a fa soap ne ni boko hro ne beba cotton no no fa unsa ne ntem no mame eno so 10 minutes no wa hohoro uta ye na nopa eni anwumre bia so ha no nyina no ebe feel so na wade ho na bibia tumi aye fine
Sibi Herbal soap. Amanfo agiato. Eye samra ye di hwe ye na ho edi na ho. Na me ni atronchiro akrobato. Mo na mama ya akrobato. Eti abibia me kanfo ade papa na de mama. Me anka se me yusubi. Ma ho se me yusubi. Enipa me na mo di Sibi Herbal soap mo das e doso. Obi asem o kan bia ya sem papa e hyen kran. Say akrobato samana mo di bedwa so no see before the bedwa eye samana papa say wo nanti wo nase wo di basasro wo yi ehunyiran kakaka bo so wo na wa say akola foforo no adansi di na media mawo mintimi ni anipa bi anim entwa de bone mawo because of my credibility. I'll never lie to you. Me peme man for asem na me do me man na me die menya no so me nye ready say me say no anasem de nkika bia be kaka ho ne say Sibi Herbal soap nko dia me gina dia that say eye papa Toby na be hu say disitie Sibi ana Ghana ma any member yet don't want it. We always thank you very much.
Yeah, the herbs and yes Sibi Herbal soap. Ya wondro no bebre wo hodoma ye de ye pedicure ne manicure use so abra wo use ne mo no na eno mo e ma 19 na ye den by Sibi soap ntisa mo na wo use Sibi soap no na e ma 19 no e ye mbre fine any side effect bia
Sibi soap no metompa obi wo ha no wo mane dia obe use shampoo we wo hunu so na no wo de mana wo se no ane se wo de aye nipa ne nan na wo atwia na aye fine wo bia na wo se wo de wo foot bibi amassage no wo ye bi amassage na asa nti no ye easier e mom na ye adwuma so fine me pa cho wo wati Sibi soap na wo so nhwe no bo modern na kope ba ko wo kun fi adwuma ba wo de mountain na afa ye ne na fa no bon komo wo bia twitwima no na wa wo be hu se na wo ko na mbe
Me timi fa me pe enkanfo bibi mawo me timi fa me pe e ma wo nyi bibi ni preko pesa na Ghana ye nyina dan adi ansan me kam bibi no e fa duro ana bibi ni pa yusu di kono video ana ni pa bia na adifo agiato me akrobato aka who knows tomorrow me catch them say Sibi Herbal soap no FDA for Adoatv, they have proved that it's good for human being to use.
CB soap no pebia toa. Uko drugstore, pharmacy, herbal shop, cosmetic shop. Just say provision stores are who do be Ghana hanum krana. Omuton CB herbal soap nubu. Bet me a fresh Suzy herbal for ewo telephone numbers a made ba ma we so. Near the kind no 0247 11 1671. Near to sumi no ye 0246 578750. Near to sumi inside 0240 952027. Meda ashefo nyina ase.
Hello everyone, my name is Adoatv, a proud ambassador for Sonotech's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's #Pinktober, #Sonotech Goes Pink. Now from the 1st October to the 31st October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testing and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema, and West Hills Mall, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
Yeni Masatek, so your kunini roofing industry nim enti Saudi roofina na wadwen Asatek. Asatek wo quality long span roofing sheeter esan nail free. Trese ehia Saudi da doabo mu nanso etim wodan no so a pampe amframa anahum entumi nya no hwe. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Trese enwe na ache na empanso enti wo ma 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Eyama bia say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, ana say a wawufi. Use Asatek quality nail free long span roofing sheet no be. Na wo dan do be gina so na yine ho. Your delivery services papa bia emfa ho ne fa kwan wo Asatek bema wo saka order between 3 and 5 working days. Wo VIP delivery services so a one day pe na wo saka. Hwehwe Asatek achi kwan Watama 22 Meridian Road woni Cocoa Board warehouse na ben Takrade Efiekuma number 9 wo ben Efiekuma Fidelity Bank no Volta region so wo wakache Tatome GN Bank and Chen Hope. Asatek, sheltering you for life.
Malaria nti abayi wo yejuma bono malaria defo ya o nti awo ahire ne customers ni wo hu ne se mami ya smart apa CB malakio amma ne baya odi ko school she se aduane si berry market chi ni malaria nti a onti mi
onia and na ho ema we mu biara to wo. So we malaria test. Maybe we want a better one and the CB malakio. You didn't know hama and now kick out bomb as soon as I CB malakio. And no way so there. And I don't grow. I yet tata shit.
A drawing near my appeal for a battery woman for any quada won't feed me.
Susiana. Wow, how would you weekend?
FDA ahwehwɛ saa ejedie nkrato yi mu agye ato mu sɛ ɛyɛ.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's another Monday here again with us, a new week. That is the working week for us here in Ghana and at Adoatv. I don't know how you're feeling this morning, but I bring you a very solid word of inspiration. That is for your Monday and that is for your week. And it is from the most famous, popular Maya Angelou. It says you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. And this is coming from me and the AM Ghana team. We're saying this morning to you that you cannot use up all your creativity, but the more you use, the more you have. This is enough to ginger you this morning. Stop laying back, stop sitting down, get up on your feet, put that creativity to work. This is how we say a warm welcome and a good morning to you, a blessed week as well as we start your day with you and a journey of this week with you. We say sit back, listen to us, take up back hope and pick up your joy, get energized because there is still more, there is much more to come from you. We will take a look at our newspapers. I have them ready if you can see them right here beside me. And again, I remind you that it's still the breast cancer week. You can still check with Sonotech for your free breast screening, and we will bring you our newspaper discussions and some other discussions later. The show promises to be fun, informative, and educative. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back as we take a cue from our sponsors.
Hello, this is Dr. Josephine Nsafo from the Breast Unit Kolebu Teaching Hospital. This year also we are partnering with Sonotech Medical and Diagnostic Center. October is here again. Breast Cancer Awareness Month 2021. The message hasn't changed. Early detection and effective treatment save lives. I hope you've been doing your monthly breast self-examination throughout the year. So I'm just here to remind you that it's time to get your annual breast screening done. And for women 40 years and above, you need to do your mammogram. Breast scans are also very useful for women of all ages. And Sonotech is giving up to 50% discount this year at their Osu, West Hills, and Tema branches. Every year, the breast unit sees about 400 new cases of breast cancer, including a few men, in addition to those already living with the disease. Unfortunately, almost 70% of these are already advanced. This is because people do not come early And a lot are trying natural, herbal, and alternative remedies which do not work. So we have a lot of unnecessary deaths. But for those who do come early with effective treatments, they have been cured. And I'm happy to say that we have a lot of breast cancer survivors with us. So remember to look for changes in your breast. A lump in your breast or your armpit, and a dimple, a rash, a sore, nipple discharge, especially when it's bloody. And remember that when breast cancer starts, it's usually not painful. Early detection is key. And with effective treatments, should you be diagnosed with breast cancer, your life will be saved. Stay safe.
Yeni Masatek, so your kunini or roofing industry nim, enti, Saudi roofina, now what Asatek. Asatek will quality long span roofing sheeter, a science nail free. Tresse, and here so did a drabomu, now so a team would down so. Pampe, I'm from and a whom and to me. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Tresse, every nache name panso, enti warmer 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Ayama debia, say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, ana say a wawufi. Use Asatek quality nail free long span roofing sheet no be. Now what dando be jinaso na yino ho. Your delivery services papa bia emfa honde for akwan Asatek bema wo saka order between 3 and 5 working days. Wo VIP delivery services so a one day pe na wo saka. Hwehwe Asatek achi kwan Watama 22 Meridian Road woni Cocoa Board warehouse na ben Takrade Efiekuma number 9 wo ben Efiekuma Fidelity Bank no Volta region so wo wakache Tatome GN Bank enchen hope. Asatek, sheltering you for life.
Welcome back after that short break. We're continuing from where I left off. I said we were going to jump right into the newspaper headlines, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm starting with a daily graphic, truth and accuracy every day. And on today's edition, Monday, October 11th, 2021, Afarijan is in the news again. Afarijan, Dormahini as well, kick against LGBTQI+. So they are in the no-nos for it. They support the bill to legalize LGBTQI. So 2 more prominent Ghanaians have joined the debate on homosexuality, describing it as a practice that cannot be justified on the grounds of human rights. The two, a former chairman of the Electoral Commission, Dr. Kojo Afarijan, and the Dormahini Osajifo Osiadeyo Ajemambedu II, who is also a justice of the High Court, said it was preposterous for anyone to hide behind the impotent arguments of human rights to advocate the acceptance or tolerance of same-sex marriage. A private member's bill, the promotion of proper human sexual rights, and Ghanaian Family Values Bill 2021, which criminalizes lesbianism, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer activities. That's the LGBTQ plus activities in the country, was introduced in Parliament on August 3rd and is currently being handled by the Committee on Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. After the consideration of the bill, the committee will submit a report to the House for full debate. However, the period before the debate has witnessed public pronouncements both for and against the bill. There is more and more on that. Yes, I heard about this. There's a picture down there. The Exchange. It's a program on CNN Live. Ghana's parliament to debate harsh anti-LGBTQ bill. We have a picture of Sam George during his interview with Larry Madowo on CNN. That was on last Friday. Back to the front page of the Daily Graphic. NSS to deepen collaboration with institutions. NSS, the National Service Secretariat to deepen collaboration with institutions. The National Service, I've jumped to page 16 for continuation of that story. The National Service Scheme, NSS, is ready to support institutions lacking qualified members of staff with the requisite professionals who will assist those institutions to enhance their operations and make them more effective and profitable. According to the scheme, there were many private organizations that did not have professionals, and so it was ready to work with and support them to get the needed staff members. So there is more, as usual, more to that story. And 2 bodies retrieved. Back to the front page. 2 bodies retrieved from the Offin River. And that story also is on page 16. 2 bodies have been recovered, while 2 are still unaccounted for after 4 people drowned in the Offin River at New Echiase. Yes, I got it right. In the Etrima Mpomia district in the Ashanti region last Friday. So there are conflicting accounts of the incidents. While the police are saying 4 people drowned, some residents put the number at 5. So you can read more on it, what NADMO has to say, what the police report is, how the boat capsized, and all that is on page 16. We have a special supplement on UPSA. On the inside, I don't know which pages carry that story, but I'm jumping to the middle spread. Okay, that's where the UPSA program, that's market-driven programs are. So I'm going on to the sports news on the back page. Gutsy Black Stars silence Zimbabwe to revive hope. So there's a picture, a beautiful picture there of the Black Stars players celebrating their opening goal last Saturday. I don't know how many of you caught that match, but we did say that miracles can happen. So kudos to our Black Stars for making us happy. I know some people don't want to revive any hopes yet. Yeah, it's a strategy, we know. So just keep at it. Just keep a keen watch as we look on to our Black Stars, knowing and hoping and believing, having that faith, trusting that they will bring more good news that will revive the hopes of Ghana and will take Ghana far as far as the 2022 World Cup qualifiers is concerned. So I think there's a story or news on Hearts seal partnership deal with Hoffenheim Cincinnati FC. So Hearts is still in the news. Rajovac praises Wolacott there. We see Wolacott making a clean catch there. So Kwe also stops Ajiman in national title. That's for boxing lovers. And that's how I'll wrap up for the Daily Graphic. Sorry, I'm jumping on to the Daily Guide. The Daily Guide. Daily Guide, October 11, Monday, October 11, 2021, issue 238, says Mampong Anes Napo. Mampong Anes Napo. The story is on page 6. Mampong Anes Napo. We see a picture of Napo being presented with his award there. So the Ekrapim Mampong Traditional Council in the Eastern Region over the weekend honored Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe, aka Napo, the Minister of Energy, for spearheading the successful implementation. Napo, okay, thank you for that. See, it's Napo, okay, for spearheading the successful implementation of the free senior high school, the FSHS policy. Okay, so all right, he has a. I continue on the front page. Okay, NDC guru impregnates daughter. Yes, that's coming as a shock to me as well. NDC guru impregnates daughter, and as if that is not enough, causes abortion. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Emmanuel Kwesi Dawood. Emmanuel Kwesi Dawood. The Opposition National Democratic Congress, the NDC, Central Regional Communications Director Emmanuel Kwesi Dawood is in hot waters for allegedly having sex with his own underaged daughter. Dawood has allegedly been having sexual intercourse with his biological. So if there's any doubts on when we say daughter, whether it is maybe the wife's child brought into, no, biological daughter, since 2019 when the victim was 15 years. And in the course of the beastly act, the girl became pregnant. He then allegedly got his friend to administer an injection to terminate the pregnancy last year. And according to the victim, she bled for more than 2 weeks. The girl has claimed that Dawood beat her up when he got to know she had informed her mother about the father's incestuous act, an incident that ended at the Swedro Divisional Police Command. The least said about this, the better. Still allegedly, so until it is confirmed, I don't know, but this is a horrific. It's horrific for a girl to be in this kind of thing and then want to be underaged as well. And then, I mean, more scandalous. I don't know how worse or how bad it can get when it is coming from somebody who should be someone who should be protecting you, somebody who should be helping you, advising you, someone who should be encouraging you, your own father. And I remember there's a reggae song that goes with it. There's a reggae song that goes with it. When I remember, I'll sing a part of it, but let me continue. Cop defiles. How bad can it get? Cop defiles girl at police station. Cop defiles. Why are you spoiling my Monday for me? Cop defiles girl at police station, and the story is also on page 3. A 42-year-old policeman in the Volta region. I wish his name comes in. Yes, his name is there. At the Volta region is under investigation for allegedly defiling a class 5 pupil of a primary school in the Akachi North District in the region. The suspect, Sergeant Emmanuel Dia, reportedly abducted the 13-year-old girl in a yet-to-be-commissioned, newly built police station. Just a police station in commission here, and he is already breaking ground with such negative, bad. Hey. Okay, the newly built police station at Ave. Hey, Salas, you help me with this one. Ave Chevy, for almost a day after swerving duty at a barrier nearby and sexually assaulted her twice. The victim was said to have no previous sexual encounter before the incident. Oh my God. Information gathered by Daily Guide indicates that on September 29, 2021, about 9 a.m., the victim, who resides near the police barrier, was asked by her mother to go and fetch water for the household around the barrier. On her way, The victim was called by the suspect to buy a sachet of water for him, and when she got closer, the policeman allegedly held the victim, pulled her into one of the rooms in the yet-to-be-used police station. The suspects then forcibly pulled. Okay, I think that's enough for me. That's enough bad news to start the week. This is not how to use your creativity. Certainly not. You are a police officer. You should know better. And I am asking that this man be called to book immediately. Be called to book him. This is just too much. Too much for this week. Too much for Ghana to handle. Too much bad news. And is it funny? Is it? I don't know if you guys have taken that both offenders are called Emmanuel. Emmanuel should be a good name. It holds a lot of blessings. Please stop this. The last news item here says Nana in Belgrade for NAM conference. Nana in Belgrade for the NAM conference. President Akufo-Addo left Accra yesterday, leading the Ghanaian delegation to attend the 60th anniversary ceremony of the founding of the non-aligned movement, NAM, or NAM if you want it. I didn't want to say NAM because you have issues with the name NAM already. So for the non-aligned movement, which is being held in Belgrade, Serbia. The non-aligned movement is a forum of 120 developing states that are not formally aligned with any of the major global power blocks. After the United Nations, it is the largest grouping of states globally. Ghana's first president, President Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, was one of the 5 historic founding fathers of this movement, together with the Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru of India, President Ahmed Sukarno of Indonesia, President Gamal Abdel Nasser of Egypt, and President Josip Broz Tito of the then Yugoslavia, who launched the movement in Belgrade. The government of Serbia is organizing a commemorative event in Belgrade on October 11th and 12th to mark the 60th anniversary of the first NAM conference in Belgrade. So that will be it. So for people who are asking where our president is, that's where he is. On the back page, you have the sports section, and Milo explains tactics, the tactics he deployed on Saturday. Lands in Harare for another showdown. So Ghana returnee coach Milovan Rajevac has described his side's 2020 World Cup qualifier 3-1 win over Zimbabwe as a good game. He has, however, admitted that the Stars had problems, particularly after recess, hence the strategic substitutions. The Stars opened the scoring in the first half through Ajax Kudu Mohammed, but the Zimbabweans cancelled it from the spot. That is from the penalty. The Serbian reshuffled his cards and succeeded in scoring 2 additional goals to claw all points. Ronaldo makes headlines again. He does it again. He scores his 112th Portugal goal as they beat Qatar, extending his record as the top scoring player in men's international football. Deputy Finance Minister cuts sword for pitches construction. The Deputy Minister of Finance, who is also the Member of Parliament for Ejiso in the Ashanti region, that's John Ampotua, forgive me if I have it wrong, Kuma, has cut sword for the construction of 5 modern football pitches to improve on sporting facilities and infrastructure in his constituency. And then Italy grabbed the Nations League bronze. So we have a picture of them down there, and that's our wrap up for the daily guide. I want to complete with the dailies, so I move on to the daily Statesman, Daily Statesman issue 9. And let's see what the front page has to say. NEWIG, Newark, advocates more female participation in construction center. Newark advocates more female participation in the construction sector. That story is on page 6. But I jump to the next story, the bigger story. Your confirmation is well deserved. Your confirmation well deserved. President swears in Dampare as IGP. He's been the acting IGP for a while now, and finally he gets sworn in by the president. So we have a picture of the two gallant men there. Picture of President Akufo-Addo on the right and the gallant IGP, Dr. George Ekufo Dampare. Okay, I think that's it for it. So I'll move on to the other story. Bawumia supports the Bono NPP regional office with a complex project. So they are to receive a regional office complex. The General Secretary of the governing NPP, John Boedu, last week cut short for the construction of the ultra-modern office complex in Sunyani to serve as the Bono Regional Secretariat of the party, with the support of Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia. Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia donated an amount of 20,000 Ghana cedis as well as 1,000 bags of cement to the project committee and the regional party in support of the project, with a promise to do more to ensure that to ensure the timely completion of the office complex. Okay, there's more on that. New era dawns. Kumasi Asampine assumes office as mayor. So we heard of his confirmation as well last week. So this week he assumes office. The story is on page 4. Okay. On October 8th, 2021, history was made with the swearing in of a new mayor for Kumasi, Ghana's second largest city. Mr. Sampine, hitherto the Ashanti Regional Secretary of the ruling New Patriotic Party, at a symbolic event held at the Regional Coordinating Council's premises at Ridge in Shiayeso, was ushered into office after taking an oath. The former teacher becomes the 7th mayor to be given the mandate to engineer affairs in the metropolis under the 4th Republican Constitution, taking over from Mr. Osei Asibe Entry, currently the Executive Director of the National Service Scheme. So kudos to him, Mr. Sampine, or Honorable Sampine. We give you more energy, more creativity in your field of endeavor. That's it for the front page. I'm going to the back page, where usually we meet with sports. And for some time now, the Daily Statesman has been hitting on the conflict or the issue between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, whichever way you mention it. And we are told now that Tyson has defeated Wilder to retain the WBC heavyweight title in Las Vegas. He delivered a knockout blow in the 11th round. So for those that were not able to catch that this particular contest, we are told it was a knockout in the 11th round, a knockout. So Tyson has put his fist where his mouth was. Amen to that. Finally, 2022 World Cup qualifying party picks 3 points over goal against Zimbabwe. So party picks 3 points there, and that is it for the Daily Statesman. I'm jumping on to the New Crusading Guide. The New Crusading Guide, Volume 13. New Crusading Guide also caught the story of Akufo-Addo and his charge to the IGP. Akufo-Addo charges the IGP to establish a trustworthy police service. A trustworthy police service. And I know a lot of people saying, I hear a lot of people saying, yeah. Yes, we need to have a trustworthy police service. If you heard the report I gave earlier for one policeman, Emmanuel, I don't even want to know his name, defiling a young girl there, that is no way to go. And so IGP, let this be your first task to make sure that man is brought to books, to to cement our trust in the police service. I know that will not be enough, but it will be a step in the right direction. Gomwa Pomadze, Chief, commend Afenyo Markins for beautification of the Winneba runabout ahead of the ECOWAS summit. I don't know if this is enough to warrant him the front page cover, but when people are doing their job, which I mean that's what they are being paid to do. It's when they do extra that we should come out. This I'll leave it there. But ECOWAS speaker lands in Ghana. The ECOWAS speaker lands in Ghana. His Excellency Sidi Mohammed Tuni, Speaker of ECOWAS Parliament, is here. His picture is there. Yeah, and then down below, Chief of Ashale Botre Ni Efutu Kote Bomosane. Should it be Bomosane or Bomosane the second? Ashale Botre Chief cautions public on fake family land secretariat. Okay, and the last story I have here is Instinct Women celebrate Jospong Group. Instinct Women celebrate Jospong Group, and Madame Sophia of Zoom Lion receiving award on behalf of Madame Florence Labi. Madame Florence Labi. Jumping to the penultimate page of the New Crusading Guide, and that's Sports Crusade. It says WC qualifiers, that's World Cup qualifiers. Black Stars beat Zimbabwe Warriors 3-1. Abraham to start for England in Andorra. Tammy Abraham is expected to start for England in their World Cup qualifier against Andorra on Saturday. Sky Sports News has learned the 24-year-old who joined Roma from Chelsea in a 34 million euro deal in the summer will lead the line for England at the Estadi Nacional. I think that's the name for their stadium. Okay. Kotoko also announces 25-man squad for Dubai pre-season trip. So catch that story on page 11 of the New Crusading Guide. I believe the names of all of the 25-man squad is there. I see defenders like Yusuf Mubarak, Ismail Ganiyu there, Christopher Nete, Imoro Ibrahim, Patrick Asma, Andrews Apau, guesting in Japan, and more midfielders also there. I see Sharif Mohammed, Richmond Lamte, Fabio Gama, the forwards, Solomon Safo, Taylor, Samuel Boateng. There is more. It's 25 in all. So grab a copy and read more. Yes. Moving on to the Ghanaian Times, the most authoritative newspaper. The Ghanaian Times, most authoritative newspaper. The screaming headline says, public debate heats up. Public debate heats up. What is it about? It's on a controversial anti-gay bill. It heats up. We see a picture of Mr. Akoto Ampao, who is leading that 18 member group. I don't know if they've taken a name for themselves yet, but we are told The nation awaits Parliament to ponder over the bill. The nation awaits Parliament to ponder over the bill. There's a picture, a nice picture of Mr. Sam George also there. Okay, let's jump to page 17 to see what it says. And that will be the middle spread. Barely a week after a group of lawyers and academicians kicked against the anti-LGBTQI plus bill, the debate is gaining momentum. The debate for and against has heated up, with both sides taking entrenched positions. While those who support the bill are increasing in numbers, those against it have also seen their numbers increase. So you heard me say 18, yes? It was 15, that's the last time I recall, 15. It's increased to 18 now. The expectation is that before Parliament resumes to ponder over this bill, positions would remain the same. Over the last few days, the clergy, traditional leaders, Muslim and Christian groups, and individuals have made their positions clear. They are vehemently opposed to the activities of the LGBTQI. You nearly made me make a mistake there, Ghanaian Times. Please rearrange those letters in Ghana anyway. On the other hand, those who are against it argue that when passed into law, it would infringe on the rights of lesbians and gays in the country. So which side do I stand on? Of course, I'm against it. I'm against it. I think it's something that is against society, unless you don't see it that way. But it is against society. If everybody should stand with this and we all become gays and lesbians, the question is, how would the world grow? It's a cutoff. It will be a cutoff to everything we stand for. Because I don't know how two men will give birth. I don't know how two women will also give birth. And if that alone doesn't make sense, then it means that we should trash it out. If smoking of cigarettes and marijuana and all that is a crime, then this is also a crime. We should kick against it. I come back to the front page. President off to attend the 60th NAM Non-Aligned Movement anniversary in Belgrade. The story is on page 16. I've read enough of it from the other papers, so I'll leave that untouched. One district assembly inaugurated at last. The one district assembly inaugurated at last. Story is on page 17. The Minister of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, Daniel Kweku-Botwe, on Friday inaugurated the one district assembly in the Oti region with a call on the 4 traditional areas to join hands in the development of the district. I think that will be enough for it. Okay, I have this. Savannah Regional House of Chiefs bans commercial charcoal burning, fuel wood and rosewood harvesting. Savannah Regional House of Chiefs bans the commercial charcoal burning, fuel wood and rosewood harvesting. And that story is on page 18. I'm jumping into sports again. Black Stars trash the Zimbabwean Warriors 3-1. And that will be it for the most authoritative newspaper, the Ghanaian Times. And as Selassie said, today the Chronicle is making his day. Why? Well, look at the front page of the Chronicles. Umkhonto weSizwe, Spear of the Nation. The true independents are proving they are truly independent as they have pasted every one of the 18 member group, those that are standing against or opposing the anti-LGBTQI plus bill in Parliament. We have from there naming them a picture of Mr. Akoto Ampao. Professor H. Akwesi Prempe is also there. Professor Audrey Gajekpo. Did I get it right, Selassie? Gajekpo, okay, is also there. Professor Kwame Kakari is there. Professor Emirata Techiwa Manu is also there. Professor Joji Chikata is there. Joji Chikata is there. Dr. Kojo Puni Asante is there. Professor Kofi Jima Bwedi is also there. That's number 9. And number 10, Danama Ajemang Asante. And 11 is Mr. Akunu Dake. Number 12, Mr. Kwesi Edu Amankwa. Oh, the letter A has shielded his face, so we can't get his full face. But 13, Dr. Joseph Asunka. Dr. Yao Graham is number 14, and Dr. Rose Mensa Kutin is number 15. Mr. Kingsley Ofe in Kansa is number 16. Mr. Tete Homeku Eje is number 17. And Professor Raymond Atuguba is number 18. And he calls it the Jata Tutors G18. Jata Tutors G18 academicians. So we are going to hear what Jata has to say on this, but the summary of it, he says, go and read the bill properly. To these 18, Jata says, go and read the bill properly before you come and oppose it. The story is on page 2 and 3. I don't know if we should take a little of that. Okay, so the Member of Parliament for Ningo Pampram, Samnete George, aka Jata, has exposed the 18 academicians and lawyers, or academics and lawyers, who are opposing the passage of the Promotion of Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill into law. The Private Members Bill, which is currently before Parliament, seeks to criminalize LGBTQI plus activities. The group of academicians and lawyers claim the bill in its current form infringes upon the fundamental human rights of LGBTQI plus persons and can also lead to unnecessary attacks on them. So I just want to come to what Sam George had to say. Okay, but speaking on Joy FM, so I'm just taking parts out. It's not I'm not flowing with it. But speaking on Joy FM's news file program in Accra over the weekend, Sam George contended that the academicians and lawyers had not properly read the bill before starting the advocacy to get it withdrawn. To the Ningo Pampram legislator, if they had clearly read the whole bill, they would not be raising issues that had already been catered for by the bill. Sam George told listeners of the program, which also had the Professor Audrey Gajapo, one of the opposers of the bill, who joined via Zoom with her face not shown on the television screen, that the bill had clauses on the protection of fundamental human rights of those who practice the act, and on and on and on it goes. So you can cut that story. Obviously, I can't read the whole thing on page 2 and 3. Okay. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. Just go ahead and pass the bill. Who is saying this? We have a picture of Osajefo Osiadie Yo Ajemang Bedu the second. That's Doma Hine. He is also filming. He's saying, just go ahead and pass the anti-LGBTQI plus bill. So in other words, he's showing his support for the legislation. Afenyo Marking and Ohini Nana Apata Kofi the fourth ECOWAS Parliament meeting slated for Winneba, and the names of the two I mentioned, their picture is there. Their picture is there, and it's under the caption of the ECOWAS Parliament meeting slated for Winneba. NPA working to improve oil exports to Burkina Faso. So I'm thinking that's the National Petroleum Authority working to improve oil exports to Burkina Faso. Financial statement of Ya Asantua Rural Bank Limited is on pages 10 and 11. That's for those concerned. Then, what is ECG saying to us? Okay, Task Force Against Illegal Connection and Power Theft. ECG has something to say on that, and I think it's a warning, and it's on the back page. So if you are engaged in any form of illegal connection or connection theft, power theft, ECG has a message on the back page for you. So get ready. Black Stars keep WC qualification hopes alive. And that's the miracle that we were talking about, the miracle that Pencil didn't see coming. We are being told it's been revived. In case you don't know, in case you have kept away from any news to do with Black Stars, our hopes are back alive. So wherever you are, start reading the news. And I hope with me chanting for rooting for the Black Stars like this, you are not going to dash my hopes on the rocks. Help me to talk about you more, to create more awareness for you. And there are more pictures on the penultimate page. More pictures. And I did see supporters at that particular match. When I was watching the highlights, I did see supporters. I don't know if there's been any information, to support this. But as far as I knew, I thought it was going to be a closed door event. So I don't know why I will see supporters there. I end the highlights of the Chronicle as usual with a quotation they have down here. It says, all day long, my dishonor is before me. All day long, my dishonor is before me, and my humiliation has overwhelmed me. That's from Psalm 44, verse 15. My dishonor is before me, and my humiliation has overwhelmed me. Looking at what the screaming headline for the Chronicle was about, I don't know if this is directed. So from me, allegedly, it is directed at these people, Jata tutoring the G18 academicians to go and read the bill properly. And that's how I wrap up for the Chronicle. Make sure you grab your own copy and have a full banquet on the stories, digest it properly, and make your own conclusions after you have fully digested these stories. We will be right back after this break to continue with more for AM Ghana. We'll take a cue from our sponsors. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back.
Hello, this is Dr. Josephine Nsafo from the Breast Unit Kolebu Teaching Hospital. This year also we are partnering with Sonotech Medical and Diagnostic Center. October is here again. Breast Cancer Awareness Month 2021. The message hasn't changed. Early detection and effective treatment save lives. I hope you've been doing your monthly breast self-examination throughout the year. So I'm just here to remind you that it's time to get your annual breast screening done. And for women 40 years and above, you need to do your mammogram. Breast scans are also very useful for women of all ages. And Sonotech is giving up to 50% discount this year at their Osu, West Hills, and Tema branches. Every year, the breast unit sees about 400 new cases of breast cancer, including a few men, in addition to those already living with the disease. Unfortunately, almost 70% of these are already advanced. This is because people do not come early, and a lot are trying natural, herbal, and alternative remedies which do not work. So we have a lot of unnecessary deaths. But for those who do come early with effective treatments, they have been cured, and I'm happy to say that we have a lot of breast cancer survivors with us. So remember to look for changes in your breast, a lump in your breast or your armpit, and a dimple, a rash, a sore, nipple discharge, especially when it's bloody. And remember that when breast cancer starts, it's usually not painful. Early detection is key. And with effective treatment, should you be diagnosed with breast cancer, your life will be saved. Stay safe.
Yeni Masatek, so your kunini or roofing industry nim, enti, Saudi roofina, now what Asatek. Asatek will quality long span roofing sheeter, a sign nail free. Tresse, and here so did a drabomu, now so a team would down so. Pampe, Alframa, and a whom and to me. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Tresse, every nache name panso, enti warmer 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Ayamatebia, say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, and now say a wawufi. Use Asatek quality nail free long span roofing sheet to be. Now what done to be jinaso, then you know. Where delivery services Papa Bia and for wonderful Asatek Bema was second order between 3 and 5 working days. Our VIP delivery services so one day pet now Osaka. Which Asatek a chill quine Watamakono 2 Meridian Road when you could board warehouse na paying Takrade a few kuma number 9 will pay a few kuma Fidelity Bank no voter region so or Wakache Tatome GN Bank and Chenhope. Asatek sheltering you for life.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Hello everyone, my name is Adoatv, a proud ambassador for Sonotech's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's hashtag Pinktober, hashtag Sonotech Goes Pink. Now from the 1st October to the 31st of October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testing and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema and West Hills Malls, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
Order. But when I get your mouth, and that's all I'm order. You are fired.
Malaria and tea. But you are yet more bono. Malaria, therefore, yao. Enti awo. Hashire customers. Wahune se mami ya smart. Ape sibi malakyo. Amma ne baya odiko school. She. Se aduane si berry market tie ni malaria nti a ontimi ni
onia entina ho ema we mu biara to wo se wo ye malaria test na ebi wo mu a edra bede wa ene sibi malakyo ye dinu na ne hahama na akeka bom asone so aye sibi malakyo edra we so de enya no kra o aye tata she
edra yi nyema apemfo abate a wo ma nufuo ene nkwada wo ni mfie dunia
Suziana, what would you weekend?
FD Ashusha sa ejedi enkrato yi mu agye atomu se eye.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. And there's a familiar face here. They are back. They are back from from all the enjoyment, from all they went to do in South Africa. When I just envy them when they were saying the place is chilled, it's chilled, but it's chill, and he is back here. So welcome back, Sam.
Good morning. Thank you very much for also tending to us, holding the fort to us. Thank you very much. It's good to be back.
The smile tells it all. You have really enjoyed.
I think it was more of work than enjoyment. Yes, it was always one meeting after the other.
But work outside of your normal, your normal environment is still, as for Ghanaians, so far as what you find do, it is chilling. You have chilled.
well, it's good to be back again. Except that I remember on Saturday when some 40 minutes or so to enter into Ghana, the captain started speaking to us and said, you know how they communicate to their passengers when they tell you what is happening there, even though we are not there. He said we may experience some rains, thunderstorms, and then the temperature in Ghana before we land is about 28 degrees or 29 or so. I'm like, look at this. We are going back into this. when we were going there, by the time we landed, we were told that we were entering into some 18 degrees or 15 degrees or whatever it is. We are coming back to 21 degrees.
So, has it been hot since?
Of course, very, very. very.
So Ghana is hot.
Oh yes, Ghana is quite warm.
No wonder when people go out, we always say they are going to burger. With that word, burger. And then you go and they are scrubbing or they are doing some serious work they wouldn't. But in Ghana, even if you are sitting in an office, we still see you as.
I think it all comes down to benefits. You see, it looks as if people would not really mind if no matter what they are doing, they are earning something reasonable from it. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, they are thinking of what they are earning and not how they are doing. So it comes down to it. Here, unfortunately, our per capita income is so low, and you do 8, 10, 12 hours. You still earn less. So that is why people just decide to even choose. At the end of the day, why will I work in the sun for 8 hours, 10 hours? Earn something little. Let me go and look for office and sitting. At least I'll be a little bit comfortable. And then still earn the same amount. So
did you guys come back in time to watch the Ghanaians?
Unfortunately, we were still up in the air. The game started somewhere at 6, I believe. Yeah, and just by 6, if my captain was right, we were a little bit from 20,000-30,000 feet flying over, is it Botswana or something? Yeah. I remember captain speaking to us that we were just flying over Botswana.
Were you able to watch on the phone? Anything?
No, we were in the air. There wasn't any kind of internet.
They can't get you anything.
No.
No means somebody...
I think there was some Wi-Fi in the flight, but it wasn't accessible to us the passengers. They give you something else to watch. You can watch movies. I believe Chris is here. Chris was watching movies and whatever it is.
That's Chris. I know it's a movie.
Exactly. So
Chris and football.
So unfortunately, we couldn't monitor. I mean, you know me. I would even love to monitor it on social media and see how things were going. But unfortunately, I could not until we got here in Ghana. But I watched the game yesterday.
Okay.
I would definitely find time to watch it. So I watched the whole match yesterday, and I had my own observations as far as.
Let us know.
You know, we have a new coach. And the energy
a new
around
old coach.
I like that, a new old coach. The energy around the whole Black Stars team becomes refreshing a bit whenever we have a new person coming in, even though Milo has been here for some time before. But more like at some point we get tired, then we get the impression that things are going to be okay by bringing in someone else to come and stabilize things. So Milo's coming in was met with a lot of mixed feelings. But after Saturday's game, it looks as if people are beginning to get some hope. Of people who don't want to raise their hopes high anyway.
Yes.
Personally, for me, in the game, I think we still have work to do. Even though we have not won 3-1 in a competitive match for a long time. Okay. And so this was quite positive for us. And perhaps a good thing that we can build on. But you want to also be cautious, because as I was telling somebody yesterday when I was watching the game that the Zimbabweans actually came to play. The fact that they hit the post, I think once or twice, they actually forced our goalkeeper to go to make some very, very difficult saves. And that said a lot about our team. It simply means that we are happy, but we have issues with our team still, especially in our defense. The fact that the people could just get their way through our goalkeeper.
And our coach spoke on that as well. He said he saw that the team still has a lot of issues to work on. So the tactical changes he made, we saw the results of it. So at least we saw somebody who was able to not just identify a problem, but knew exactly what to do to give a required result.
Then another issue we have, in fact, been dealing with as far as Black Stars is concerned is attitude, players' attitude. Now, for Milo, if some of us who had followed him when he came here earlier, we knew what he was made of. Milo, in fact, he's Milo. You cannot come and bring anything that is not tasty, close to him. And so he's very disciplined, he's strict. I remember, is it in 2010, the AFCON? The then GFA president, when he said he was not going with our captain, Stephen Appiah, Michael Essien, Sule Muntari. I think Michael Essien was not part, but Sule Muntari, Stephen Appiah, Lai Kingston. And trust me, on the African continent, those guys were either the best midfielders we had on the continent at that time. Because they didn't have equals. They were playing at the highest level in their European clubs. And they were major parts of their clubs. And then a certain coach says, no, I'm not taking these boys with me. Why? Because of attitude. And he didn't take them. Even though they were our best players. It took the Ghana Football Association president and some executives to kneel down before him. To beg him. He said, no, I am the coach. I am not taking them. I don't need that energy around my team. I need discipline. I mean, even if you take a young boy, and you see, he is noted for that. He took some youngsters. And we went to South Africa in the World Cup and see what we did. He gave those youngsters the confidence, told them that, you know what, I know you guys are young, but you can play football. So you have my trust, you have my backing. Just go out there and then express yourself. He just put Asamoah, who was our experienced striker and a player, and a few experienced legs in there. And look at where we got to in South Africa. So Milo, I was not surprised when I saw Isahaku, the youngster, the 17-year-old boy. When he will let you understand that the young boys can do it. The young players can do it. If you are not serious, he will make you understand it. And give them the opportunity and give them all the confidence they need. And they will do it. So that you don't hold the team to a ransom. I mean, I am a big player. I am the one that plays for Liverpool. Okay, continue playing for your Liverpool. But when you come to the Black Stars, we need what we call attitude. And a perfect one. You don't come and just boss around over the players. You know, it affects the players. And then continuity becomes a problem. So you leave, and the young ones are taking that supposedly bad character. And they exhibit it when you are not there. And it affects our Black Stars. You see, discipline is something that is a mark of every good coach. Recently, Samir Nasri, one player said, he was retiring from football. And of course, people would like to know his time in football, how his professional career and blah, blah, blah. He said something that when he played under Pep Guardiola, the coach comes to them and asks them that, now I'm a friend of all of you. But when we start the season, unfortunately, I'm not going to be your friend.
Nice one.
You understand?
Yeah.
That is to let you in on what is to come. He says, when we start the season, I'm not going to be your friend. And he says that I have about 30 players to use. I make the call. If I ask you to sit somewhere, you sit
must.
there without complaining. In fact, you have no right to complain. Then he's asking them that, you know what? If Lionel Messi is not in this room, all of you, in fact, you are Obia. I mean, you have no right. I am in charge.
Yeah.
You see, and so that is how disciplined, and that is the extent of the disciplinary course that certain coaches bring into their national teams.
Yeah.
If you go to our colleague African countries, you go to Senegal, Alou Cisse, a former player who saw it, who also played in the national team, and felt exactly how the national team should be run, was given the team. Algeria, another former player, is given the team. And you know what? He tells his best player, in fact, he's the best player on the continent. He tells him, you know, the guy had gone to color his hair. In England, he's playing with the dyed hair. It doesn't affect his play. But he tells him that if you want to play in my national team, take off that thing.
That's so.
You see, it is something we have not been able to do with subsequent coaches in our Black Stars, and it has really affected us. So players come, and sometimes when we go for tournaments, you hear all kinds of stories. And players are not sleeping early. They are attending to the camp, or they are responding to training at the times that they want. I mean, this throws coaches off. And this is something we have been, facing for over, God knows how long. It has affected our Black Stars. When Milo comes in, he has told everybody clearly that, you see, I will not wait for you, one. I will not entertain any indisciplined acts from any player. In fact, if you cannot play for me, you sit somewhere. So he comes in and he makes strong calls. Our goalkeeper came in for the first time from a lower division, a young person. He puts him in the post. He chooses him over whoever we think should be in the post. At the end of the day, he answers to whatever questions it is. Then he puts another youngster, a 17-year-old boy, who plays for who is now loaned to Real Tamale United. Whilst those who play in England and are sitting on the bench. So he is trying to send a signal to everybody. And that is why a lot of Ghanaians are a little bit, excited about the new things that we expect our coach to bring. Because this is someone who takes his work seriously. Over the past few years, we have had coaches who come get dictated to by people in authority. And they are toothless. They cannot do anything.
Yeah. I think the mark of a true leader is that, yes, one who can stand as a leader and also demand discipline and also the best out. He's able to bring out or churn out the best from his players. And I think in any institution and in any group, if we have a leader who is disciplined himself and can cause his members to be disciplined, we'll always find out they will bring the best. Because attitude is key.
Exactly.
No matter how good you are. I'm looking, while you were talking, I was just picturing the guy I used to like so much, Ronaldinho, in my mind. Where is he now?
Where is he now?
Because of attitude. Where is he now? So yes, no matter how good, they always say that your qualities will get you somewhere, but the attitude.
Another example, a clear example, was the Zambia team that won the AFCON. Isaac, is it 2012 or 2013? There was a Zambian team that won an AFCON. Sorry, the Cameroon rather. 2015, I suppose. So Cameroon by that time had some of the best players in Europe. So you could talk about. In fact, you could pick every club that was doing very well in Europe, and there is a Cameroonian player in there. So even before these competitions, you look at the Cameroon team that could be assembled for the AFCON, and you'll be like, wow. If these people come here, we cannot do anything. In fact, we should just give them the trophy so that they stay at wherever they are. Then it's time for AFCON. Even qualifies. Coach says, you come. They said, oh, coach. So coach said, okay, it's fine. I don't have time to even. In fact, you can't come and express your superstarship on me.
On me, that's right.
This coach went in and picked about 13 or 18 or so unknown players. And guess what? He won the AFCON. He beat Ghana on the way to win the AFCON with players whom no one knew. We didn't know them. They were youngsters, small boys, and some people, they were just playing football. The guy just calls them and says, you know what? I believe you guys can win this trophy. If you put your mind to it, we stay disciplined and we work hard. And then the guys came in. I said they beat Ghana on the way to winning that tournament. And then they win the tournament easily. It happened in Nigeria. When the Nigerian coach, he was another former player who decided to put some big players, stars, set them somewhere. And they came to win the AFCON as well. So in the last 10 years, you look at the kind of teams in Africa who have won the AFCON, and they have something in common. All of them. You look at the current, the last one where we saw Senegal and how do you call it, Algeria playing in the finals. They came in with coaches that knew what they wanted, and discipline was, in fact, at the tip of their itinerary. That you can possess all the other qualities, but if you are not disciplined. You can't play in my team. So a player decides to behave in the tournament, misbehave in the tournament. Coach says, you know what, pack your things and go back home. I don't need you here. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. It does not matter who you are. So we have been fighting this thing for a very long time. And for me, I am excited that Coach Milo, somebody like Milo is in. My hopes are not very high. But I am hoping that he would bring those much needed changes around the Black Stars, because our Black Stars is our Black Stars.
It's about time, yeah.
Yes, our Black Stars is it is the biggest football brand we have in Ghana.
Yes.
I mean, if you go outside, I think a few days ago, Cyril met one guy in an elevator. Cyril was wearing the Black Stars JC, and the guy came and said, "You these guys will beat you again. We will beat you again." And so I was like, "Are you sure?" I mean, easily recognized.
Yeah.
I mean, in foreign lands. So it's our biggest brand, and we cannot really, I mean, just do anything that we want with it. Any negative news about the Black Stars gets to these same foreign lands. So as much as we can, we need to we need to keep the Black Stars going. And so Milo's arrival, we hope that it will bring that much needed changes. There's a lot of work to be done. I mean, watching the game myself, I realized that there are a lot of departments, but he just came and he's still trying to get hold. I mean, the players that he worked with, you know, that the last time he was here, the day Ayu was part of the team. I do not know, I do not remember, but I think in the current team that played just on Saturday. It's only the Ayu. Yeah, it's only the Ayu who was part of his team that went to South Africa and the AFCON. Apart from that, I'm not sure there is any other player that is part of this team that who was also part of the team when he was around. One mark of Milo is that he likes youngsters. He likes energy. He likes youngsters, and so I was not surprised. I saw some youngsters coming into to play, so that. And you know, the team he built, they sustained the Black Stars for about 11 or so years.
He left,
because he brought in the Ayus, the how do you call it, the Ajiman Bedus, there was this guy Mohammed something, our midfielder. I mean, there were a lot of them. Samuel Lincoln. There were a lot of them. There are under 20 players who won in 2009. He brought all of them into the national team, and they sustained the national team. In fact, we even played in about 2 AFCON finals when he was out, he was away, and it was the same players that took us to those AFCON finals. The Ajiman Bedus,
the bond that could have been used.
Exactly. So I am also excited about the fact that he has come in and he's bringing in these youngsters, which would come in handy for us. In fact, they are going to be the next generation of the Black Stars when he is even not there. And if we are able to keep our things, our guards working well, we will go far. Then another issue with the Black Stars is with management, I mean authority, the Ghana Football Association, the National Sports Authority, the Sports Ministry, handling of the Black Stars. It is time that we get clear roadmaps. You see, today is either the GFA is fighting the Sports Ministry, or the NSA is fighting the GFA, and it's always about the Black Stars. You see, I mean, we can't keep fighting. You keep fighting, and it's at the detriment of the players who are willing and ready to play for the national team.
We need to have a common goal.
Exactly. We need to have a common goal, because all the time, you know, one of the reasons why CK was not successful is because he was having so much to deal with from the Ghana Football Association. You understand?
Here and there.
So much to deal with. It is never going to make any coach successful. I don't want to also go with that mantra where people think that we treat whites or expatriates better than our own locals. But sometimes you get the impression that that is it.
That's what is happening.
I remember when GFA president had to go and kneel down and beg Milo and say that.
Would they have done same for?
You see, CK, they were just giving people to CK. CK does his call up and they take pen and paper.
Right.
CK, this is your 30-man's card. He says yes. Okay. Give me a minute. Okay, CK, take. The number is reduced to 22 or 20. And they say, take this different sheet and include the list on this. You understand?
Yeah.
And so, in fact, it throws you off. You call or you make all these call-ups with something in mind. You're a coach. Football is all about technicalities. So before I call you, I call Billy, I call Chris, I call Charles, and I call whoever it is. I have seen, or I have a plan. I know what to do. I'm going to play against South Africa, Zimbabwe. This is their team. I've watched them. This is their game plan. This is how they set up. This is what they do. How can I exactly? How can I obliterate all these weaknesses and then take advantage of that? Okay, I need this one because he is this way. I need this one because these are his strengths and his qualities on the field. And so you put all these things together, and then you use it to do your call up. So all these technicalities guides the coach to call in players.
Okay.
So when we set up, we know that the qualities of these players are so high that technically they are supposed to be able to overtake and whatever, impress the authority on the opponent and win the game.
Or at least to meet them with football.
Exactly. Then you say that, no, but then somebody says that, no, call this guy because
he's a favorite of mine.
Exactly. Then you see what you are doing to the coach is that you are changing his plans. You see, because
having one hand strapped
because you set up your team according to the abilities and the technicalities of the individual players. So when you go to England, there is a certain player called N'Golo Kante who can run for 180 minutes and still look like he's now starting. You understand? When we had our prime Michael Essien, in fact, that guy could do. I mean, his work rate was it was unimaginable.
I think the likes of Gary Bale as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Then I remember our own Suleiman Tari, our own Asamoah Gyan, our own how do you call it, John Pencil. Then if you mention, they had specific qualities. And so if any coach was putting them in a specific position to play and display their qualities, we didn't have issues because we knew what they could do. You understand? Yes. So by then, if you didn't call John Pencil and ask him to play your right back, and you decide to come and call me or yourself, then the whole Ghana will get issues with whoever it is in charge.
Okay.
You understand? Yes. So that is what guides coaches to do their call-ups. Qualities, technicalities, abilities of the player. So we know that you can sing well than I can. Then for some reason, everybody sees me, I'm the one singing. You see, we would start raising our eyebrows and say, who is in charge of this? And lo and behold, I come and sing and I spoil the thing too. It's not as if I come to, it's not as if I come to surprise people. Lo and behold, these people come and they show us nothing. We lose games, we are losing credibility, we are losing international status. In fact, we become so ordinary.
What someone struggled to build, and then we
just come to reduce it. So we go and Mali. Now we cannot play Mali. Maybe Milo has come, he will do something. But see, in the past 5 years, we have not been able to play Mali on any level we have met them. So from the under 17 to the under 20, under 23 to the national team, we can't play them again. I think one of the AFCONs, we lost to Burkina Faso, we lost to, I think, Zambia. We have lost to countries that you sit down and you are like, you can't get why we are supposed to lose to some of these teams. But then it happens. It's because of those plenty interferences. You know, these people have agencies that players belong to. They want to market their players with our national team. So they call them and then put them in the national team so that other people will see them. Not because they have the quality.
So there's no national agenda. It's like personal, people having their own personal goals, and then they want to, okay, I've maybe invested in this guy, so I want him to go far, or he's my relative, so I'm pushing him there.
You see, and that has been very costly. That has been detrimental to us as a national team. Thank God.
If we fall if the Black Stars, the name Black Stars is no longer there, and we become an underdog.
Exactly.
Then where is your son or the one you have invested in?
Exactly.
Even if he features in the Black Star, it is still, I mean, his name will get nowhere.
Gone are the days when you are going to play the Black Stars, and trust me, you start shaking. But now, you are coming to play the Black Stars, and some way somehow we become underdogs. We can't play a South African team that is playing locally. I mean, where are we as a Black Stars? I remember en route to the 2006 World Cup, we went to South Africa, beat them at their own backyard. And you see, especially in the 2010 en route to the 2010 World Cup, we did magic with the Black Stars. The whole Egyptian team, we gave them 6 goals to 1.
Egypt, I remember very, because Egypt was a team I fear. I think
everybody was scared of that team.
Yeah, Egypt and I think either Algeria or Tunisia, one of them. I was really afraid of their style of play. And to have seen Ghana beat,
you see,
I got to, from my house to Lotto Kiosk, the distance, before I could do my eyes, I was
there. And you see, we didn't care. You see, the excitement, the euphoria. When the Black Stars were going to play. Yesterday, I saw Emmanuel Money make a post that, hey, I think Saturday, hey, so the Black Stars are playing and me, I'm sitting somewhere. We have lost some people because of how we have managed our football authorities, our footballing authorities have managed the brand Black Stars. They have reduced it. It has always come down to their personal gains, what they gain from the Black Stars, and not what the nation gains. Unfortunately, we have invested so much in the Black Stars.
Too much.
Recently, you heard the president saying that for the World Cup and the AFCON that is in next year, he is soliciting for funds. He wants to put how much? $25 million. How much are we using to do the COVID whatever, the vaccination project that we are setting? But the president is willing. And the good thing is that anytime that you sell the Black Stars, people are buying. We are raising $25 million for AFCON and World Cup. People have started paying. So you are there, you hear something company limited has donated $800,000 to help whatever project that it is. You are there, something company limited has brought $200,000. Something company limited has brought $100,000. So why are we reducing our brand that can sell Ghana. Tourism, as far as the last time I was telling somebody that go to India and mention a Samoan or Michael Essien, somebody knows him. But mention our president, they don't know him. And it is not abnormal. It is because they are the ones. Yes, they are the ones selling the country in that regard. But because of personal gains, you have people fighting among themselves. The people that are supposed to be in leadership, in authority. In our last coach's tenure, the coach was not in good terms. In fact, they were not in talking terms with the GFA president. The coach didn't trust his own assistant coach. Just because of how we have mismanaged the Black Stars. So you have two people that are supposed to be working to achieve one common goal. But I don't want to see your face. In the game against South Africa, I mean, a lot of things broke the camel's back in that game against South Africa where we went to lose Porto. The coach went out to do warm-up, the assistant coach. Normally that's what happens. So the assistant coaches at the training grounds are mostly the ones preparing the team. Then the main coach comes in and does the strategy, teaches the tactics and everything that is there. Assistant coach is going to do warm-up. Main coach sees that, hey, I don't like what you are doing. Stop it. It doesn't happen anywhere. So that was how low we had sunk. And all the players were there. They have seen it. That our coach and his assistant, they don't even know what they are doing. It got to a time where we had to get the team captain to lead the warm-up section for the Black Stars. Our Black Stars. And over the past 1 year, our Black Stars sank so low that we were calling people to come and play the same Black Stars that Michael Essien and Sule Muntaris had played. And you call a player and the player prefers to play for a German or Italian under 20 team over the Black Stars. Just imagine this. I mean, are you aware that Michael Essien plays for the Black Stars? Do you know that Stephen Appiah was the captain of the Black Stars? Richie Dole Lekinson. Are you aware John Pinso? And you see, we had Europa League finalist. John Pinso was playing the Europa League. Michael Essien playing Champions League final. Sule Muntari playing Champions League final. And what have you? Are you aware those people were playing for the Black Stars? That you and that 20 player, we are asking you to come and play for the Black Stars. You say, me, I don't like Ghana Black Stars. What do you like? I want to go and play for under 17. Are you correct? Are you normal? But they were right.
His reasons were wise.
Exactly, because I mean, you are looking at your career and you realize that if you are not careful and you associate yourself with a certain brand, you collapse your career. And people didn't want that. So they started choosing youth teams over our senior national team. And that was supposed to tell us that we had gone so low. We are hoping that Milo's second coming, even though, you know, typically with the Black Stars, we have never had any proper second coming for many coaches. In the history of the Black Stars, we have had coaches coming back. And none of them has ended well. So people were very skeptical about Milo's coming back. Because per the trend, per history, second coming for Black Star coaches is disastrous. But it looks like, I mean, there is always a first time to break something, to make a history. Milo has started quite well. There is a lot of work to be done. Hopefully, he can put things together. Once he put his house in order, our footballing authority, the GFA, the National Sports Authority, the Sports Ministry should calm themselves down. The Black Stars is not going anywhere. And sit down, like you said, a national agenda for the Black Stars. We should hope to achieve what we are supposed to achieve. And then help the Black Stars.
For us.
Exactly. Help the Black Stars.
We will never take it to where he's going to.
Exactly.
It's for us. So while people are putting in their best to make it work, we should, even if you have nothing good to do, I mean, just rallying your support for those people.
When Milo came in, I mean, Milo wants to work. It's evident. When he came in earlier, 10 or 11 years ago, Milo was taking about 30,000 euros by then. 10 years on, he's come back and he's taking $30,000. So there's no increment. But the man was ready to work. So we have someone who is ready to work. We should just help him.
I say if you have nothing to add on, then better you just sit and watch than to go. And I am okay. So moving away from sports, while you were away, I don't know if you heard of our LGBTQ.
Oh yes, of course.
So today the platform is for you because I believe they've heard a lot of what I have to say. Even if I have to speak on it, they know exactly what I'm going to say. But
interesting.
Yes, fresh word.
What actually made the international community also, put the attention on us was when Honorable Sam George spoke to Mado on CNN. In fact, that video went very far. It's still raking in some discussions on the international communities. So we monitored from there. But I mean, we are Ghana. Okay. So personally for me, I expected all these different stands.
Okay.
When we are speaking about the LGBT, blah, 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 we are supposed to be very, very circumspect about it. Our stance as journalists.
Okay.
And then we look at what the populace, portions or factions of the country is saying. Yesterday I read something from apparently a statement that ex-president John Dramani Mahama made when I think he attended a conference in 2016. Okay. Let me see if I could easily pull that post. Attended a conference somewhere in 2016 and made that comment when he was quizzed or he was questioned about this LGBT issues that we have. So it's here. It says that President Mahama said, and I quote, "My country is a secular one." So it simply means that there are different
religions.
It says secular one made up of Christians, Muslims, and the traditional believers. None of these sects accept gayism and lesbianism. As a leader, once the people I rule abhor these things, I cannot accept these cultures on the grounds of human rights. Despite our challenges, our nation stands paramount against any other foreign interest. President Mahama in Scotland, 2016. I will have to verify this, but this is supposedly what President Mahama said. You realize that all the communities that are coming together to fight or to support this bill in Parliament are also calling on the president to make certain things clear, make his stance clear, and in quote, force him to also back them in a certain way. People have said, if you don't make your stance clear, we'll vote you out, blah, 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 blah. So it's a very, very interesting discussion. We all have to be very wise, exercise a great deal of wisdom when we are discussing it. We should not forget that certain facts will still remain, whether we like it or not. Ghana appears, if you monitor discussions everywhere, Ghana appears to be a country that doesn't abhor or that will not accept this LGBTQ plus. That is how we appear. Exactly. But then you have the other communities also saying that, you know what, let us put these differences aside. At the end of the day, there is one common denominator that we all belong to, and is the human race. So we are all humans first before communities comes in. Once we are humans first before community comes in, why can't we consider others? You understand? So there are interesting conversations that are coming in from different sections of our country. Now in Parliament, it is getting heated. The sponsors of the bill are pushing as hard as they can. The oppositions or people who oppose the bill. And it's very interesting to note that we have very learned people.
Yeah.
Very, very learned people who are actually pushing this bill. And you also have on the other side very learned people who think otherwise. And that should tell us something, that we are in for very interesting discussions.
Yeah.
And so we should be able to I mean, have a very beautiful discourse and then see what comes out of it.
Would you like to take a stand on it? Or have you taken a stand on it?
For me, as a journalist, as a media practitioner, it would be very dangerous, especially now, to take a stand. We have, I mean, we shouldn't also, I mean, refuse to accept the fact that it's a very volatile discussion that can also divide our country and cause us pain that we are not ready for. So I wish that we could, that's why I'm saying that we should exercise a great deal of wisdom when discussing it. At the end of the day, we are dealing with human beings first. Okay? Whether I accept or not, I'm saying that we are dealing with human beings first and we should be circumspect. I mean, the other aspect of the bill that I like is the fact that we cannot be violent towards the other people, whether we don't accept them or not. And so we should consider these things and then not make very, very rash decisions that will come back to hurt us.
But I believe that standing to say whether I oppose the bill or I stand for the bill does not mean that I'm saying anywhere you see a homosexual, chinuna bunu kuno. You know, I think that's where sometimes that's where sometimes our issues fall, especially when it comes to this bill, the anti-LGBT. I don't think that the anti-LGBT. Well, I have not had a chance to read the full bill. I've only seen excerpts of it. I've not had a chance to see the full bill, so I've not seen anywhere. Maybe there is. If there is, I think I still stand corrected or educated.
Okay.
Yes, that it's saying that when you see somebody do this, take the law into your own hands.
No. The bill has it. The bill states it in there that you cannot. And in fact, it's even prescribed punishment for anybody who does that
to someone. And so that's where I really don't see, because I remember having my discourse throughout last week with some of the communications members for both political parties. In fact, we had none of them siding with.
No, I mean, it's normal for them. It is normal for them to express. I'm saying that we are. I mean, in quotes, we have our personal stance, but when we assume this responsibility, I think we are supposed to report as it is. There's a lot that we have to discuss about this.
I was trying to bring this case.
But you know what? Let's just take a very quick turn.
Okay.
And then when we come back, we will go straight into more discussions on this. Okay. So we could go for a quick break. When we come back, stay with us.
Hello, this is Dr. Josephine Nsafo from the Breast Unit Kolebu Teaching Hospital. This year also we are partnering with Sonotech Medical and Diagnostic Center. October is here again. Breast Cancer Awareness Month 2021. The message hasn't changed. Early detection and effective treatment save lives. I hope you've been doing your monthly breast self-examination throughout the year. So I'm just here to remind you that it's time to get your annual breast screening done. And for women 40 years and above, you need to do your mammogram. Breast scans are also very useful for women of all ages. And Sonotech is giving up to 50% discount this year at their Osu, West Hills, and Tema branches. Every year, the breast unit sees about 400 new cases of breast cancer, including a few men, in addition to those already living with the disease. Unfortunately, almost 70% of these are already advanced. This is because people do not come early, and a lot are trying natural, herbal, and alternative remedies which do not work. So we have a lot of unnecessary deaths. But for those who do come early with effective treatments, they have been cured, and I'm happy to say that we have a lot of breast cancer survivors with us. So remember to look for changes in your breast, a lump in your breast or your armpit, and a dimple, a rash, a sore, nipple discharge, especially when it's bloody. And remember that when breast cancer starts, it's usually not painful. Early detection is key. And with effective treatment, should you be diagnosed with breast cancer, your life will be saved. Stay safe.
Yeni Masatek, so your kunini roofing industry nim enti Saudi roofina na wadwen Asatek. Asatek wo quality long span roofing sheeter esan nail free. Trese ehia so de dadoabo mu nanso etim wodan no so a pampe amframa anahum entumi nya no hwe. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Trese enwe na ache na empanso enti wo ma 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Eye madan bia, say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, ana say a wawufi. Use Asatek quality nail free long span roofing sheet no be. Na wo dan do be gina so na yine ho. Your delivery services papa bia. Emfa honde for akwan wo Asatek bema wo saka order between 3 and 5 working days. Wo VIP delivery services so a 1 day pe na wo saka. Hwehwe Asatek achi kwan Watermark 22 Meridian Road woni Cocoa Board Warehouse na ben Takrade Efiekuma number 9 wo ben Efiekuma Fidelity Bank no Voter Region so wo wakache Tatome GN Bank nchen ho pe. Asatek, sheltering you for life.
CB will make up now. Amaka, correct. What's your best, Mankasa? That's it. Who anyone? Oh, middle. You captures back on CB men capsules. You see, CB men capsules in America.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You name the dada. And 1 year packaging I had the
wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do ben pegi.
Share a painful any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada won di fie do ye. Enka ho.
Susanna. Ghana man be man tamase.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje edwedin kato yato.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Hello everyone, my name is Adoatv, a proud ambassador for Sonotech's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's hashtag Pinktober, hashtag Sonotech Goes Pink. Now from the 1st October to the 31st October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testing and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema, and West Hills Mall, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
John, who you? Wow, Eddie, what boy juma. I check a roofing now. Oh, you fell one casa from Asate. Oh, now Simon, roofing is a baby bray, nice keke. Why the catch you? Asate roofing sheet today, and your nice keke with the bodan swa a chee and renache. They want a calisa who do for fair be bray. No no free roofing sheet no dear. Who near that will be out. Now so the bodan swa a year supampe. What means which wrong send your open roofing sheet no? You try the salmon pepe. Mama po Asate money there. One of my technical advice na estimate free. Our professional installers so why your on-site installation. Ne boss crowd da from pa. Oh yes, quality ne bo da feminine. Asatec 5 days pay na musa kan order. Na a year after sales service proper binso. Hwehwe Asatec Watema Community 2, Meridian Road, a Benkoko Board Warehouse, Western Region. So Asatec Watakrade Anaji, Yene Princeland Hotel and the Shinimu, and a Volta Region, Yawo Akachi South District Assembly Kwino Suwa.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Menu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I'll entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
Water, but you're not getting your mouth. And that's all I'm about to order. The right